They say black don't crack, but it sure do wrinkle. Let's get into it. Hey, and welcome back to Same Old Tea. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about my Botox and filler experience. Yes, I have gotten Botox and filler. So I decided to get Botox and filler because one, can you see that? You see how this side is wrinkled and this side is smooth? Well, that's not from like a Botox treatment. I have Bell's palsy. When I was about 23 or 24, I developed Bell's palsy, or ruled out that it was due to stress and, like clenching my teeth. And so with Bell's palsy, if you don't know, it causes one side of the face to become paralyzed. And so the left side of my face is where it happened. And what it is some type of inflammation, virus, something triggers the cranial nerve number 7, which is the nerve that is responsible for you raising your eyebrows, closing your eyes, blinking, smiling. So if you notice, my eye will kind of condense a little bit, so I still have residue. I was over, 20 something years ago, and I still have residue, but I've learned to live with it. I haven't let it hold me back, from being who I am. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. I'm grateful to have this much movement, and symmetry, still in my face. Cause some people it's, semi-common for it to happen during pregnancy, just because of like all the hormones and inflammation and all the things. And unfortunately, when you are pregnant, a lot of physicians will not, obviously give you steroids. I know someone who that happened to her, and her face is still very much contorted, right? Her smile, her eye is always, condensed and squinty. And when she eats, sometimes she drools because she can't close her mouth all the way. And so I consider myself blessed and fortunate, right? Most people do not even recognize it until I say something, right? But of course, I am conscious about it, not self-conscious. Maybe in some instances, where you speaking in front of people and, you feel like they, looking like something ain't right, so then that might make me a little bit self-conscious, because it is what it is, and we shouldn't do that to people, right? Just because they different. But like I said, I've been living with it all this time. And so what made me decide to do Botox and fillers? So the reason I decided to do Botox is I had do y'all remember the Joey Buttafuoco and the Long Island Lolita story, and how his wife had a young girl, what was her name, Amy Fisher, did that to the wife, but she survived. Well, because of that trauma, her face was contorted, and this, that, and the third. Was watching some, show where this plastic surgeon used Botox to give her symmetry, and I was like, man, I should do that one day. But didn't think no more of it, or what have you. Maybe this is the time to give it a shot. I was going to be turning 50 soon. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then I had saw someone locally, a before and after of another person who had Bell's palsy, and symmetry wasn't quite like mine, and it, but it wasn't the worst I've seen. And I'm like, man, that has to be a good feeling to be able to look in the mirror and kind of see the symmetry, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. So when I turned 50, I had, booked my appointment and everything, and I went. And I'm gonna include some of the video in it as well. And I really did like the results. It fully kicked in maybe a week or so, I would say. I'm gonna overlay some of the video where I was kind of testing it out, like raising my eyebrows and, doing all that kind of stuff for the first couple of days. So I'll definitely overlay that. And I really did like the results of the Botox. And I would do Botox again, but it's not cheap. I would definitely go back to the place that I had it done before. So I'm waiting for that Black Friday special. So y'all gonna be getting half wrinkle, half straight, okay? But the filler, at the time, I really was sunken under here, and I had, my laugh lines were starting to kind of deepen. And so, taking advantage of the Black Friday special, I said, okay, I'm gonna do the filler too. And so I can say now I probably like the filler now. But in the beginning, let's just talk about the procedure. It was not like Botox is relatively minimal pain. It's like these little pricks. It's not bad. However, that filler, even with numbing, and I was like, is my skin tough under there? Like, is the muscles in my face? Like, what is it? It was not comfortable. It was not comfortable. I had like inflammation, so like, swelling, which to be expected if you just had, a cannula and a needle, and that's to be expected. And I'm gonna show you, I'm such a big girl. I'm gonna put the picture of the night I came home, and I'm gonna put some, obviously some more pictures and video so y'all can kind of see the progression. And as the filler began to set, like I say, I love the results of the Botox. I was like, okay, I'm digging it. But it took longer for the filler to settle. And so I felt like Skeletor. And I'll put a picture and I'll, circle so you can kind of see what I was talking about. I felt like my cheeks, like as if the filler was placed on my cheeks, even though I know that it wasn't per se, but I just felt like Skeletor. So you all know how certain celebrities look, where they have that, my eyes watering, sorry, where they have that all cheeks look. And I just was like, OMG. The smile lines, I think I was pretty okay with, but the cheeks, I was like, I couldn't wait for it to settle. So now I do feel like, okay, it's good, but now I feel like I can see some hollowness, under eye. I can kind of see laugh lines coming back a little bit more. But I've decided I'm not doing the filler no more. Like, this the face you're gonna get. I am 50. So am I open to other facial procedures, treatments out there? Yes. I've been doing some research. I have a girlfriend who has been doing microneedling, and her skin looks beautiful and things of that nature. So that, if I do anything to try to, kind of help and fill this up, it would be microneedling. But I personally will not do fillers again. And, like I say, I'm open to microneedling, but it's not something I'm rushing to do. Now, the Botox I will do again, because like I said, I really did like the result. It didn't take too long for it to kind of kick in and settle. And I didn't look, I didn't look stiff. How some people, you see them on TV and you be like, oh my God, they got all the Botox. Okay. So it didn't do that. But would I do the fillers again? Nope, I wouldn't. I've done a test recently, a hair strand analysis test, that did reveal that my collagen level is, deficient. So I've been doing my 20 grams of collagen every day, and I'm just going to work it that way. I have a red light therapy mask, so I'm going to, get back to using that on a regular basis, because when I do use that daily, I do see a difference in like the texture and kind of like the youthfulness of my skin. But yeah, that's just, I wanted to share this because in the Black community, just regular, Black folks, sometimes women think like, oh, that's for white people or other people and stuff like that. And it's like, no, some of your girlfriends ain't telling you, but they probably are getting fillers and Botox as well. No, that's not the case. And everybody that you think, oh, Black don't crack, yeah, but it do wrinkle. Okay. We are not our grandmothers. It is a different environment out here. The food is different. Stress levels are different. And so, yeah, we gonna age a little bit differently. But would I discourage anybody from, giving Botox or fillers a try? No, but I definitely will say, make sure you vet the person well. Like with a lot of things in healthcare, the aesthetics field is, like the wild, wild west. You have people getting stuff from overseas and black markets, and they are injected it into people. And, it's having, negative effects. So be sure you really vet them. And I'm not just talking about their, Instagram page. Really vet them. See what they're talking about. Credited, with aesthetic associations and things of that nature. Make sure they not just, like the Atlanta veneer techs, like don't fall for somebody saying, oh, I'm certified by ABC, Botox course. Like, who taught that course? Who accredited that course? What makes you qualified, right? Because you don't want somebody sticking needles in your face and messing you up. We ain't talking about from just an aesthetic point of view, but what if they do hit some nerves or some vessels? Do they know what to do, right? To preserve the integrity of, whatever they might have nicked or what have you. So just wanted to share this story because I believe in full transparency. And like I say, I do overall feel like I look better because I don't look so sunken in and, things of that nature. But I'm going to just try some different things to try to maintain it. So that's my little, good, bad, and ugly about Botox and fillers at 50. All right. So if you like this video, please give me a like. If you have comments, please leave your comments in the comment section. And if you are not a member of the Real Ones Tribe, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you think somebody could benefit from this, maybe they've been thinking about getting Botox or filler, as a Black woman in their 50s, then please do share. And until the next time, I'm out. Peace.